No way.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
This is my friend Retel and my girlfriend Whitney reacting to a little surprise that I had planned during a convention. Today I want to do something different with you all. I want to take you back to a time when we didn't know that we were all going to be stuck in quarantine. What's wrong, dude?
Fuck.
We were on our way to what we didn't know was going to be our last convention in a long time. We already booked a photo op with Brendan Fraser, who was kind of a childhood hero of ours growing up in the 90s. Retel even had his George of the Jungle VHS ready at hand.
Miss Purcell.
I can't lie, we were definitely excited to see Brendan Fraser, but little did Retel know there was another photo op that we had in line.
This line, dude. Why we're not in VIP? do they not know?
Retel, man, better get in fast. I have a confession to make. Alright, I won't tease you with his reaction any longer, so let's bring it back just a little bit. Sorry.
What's the confession?
So to get you a gift for your birthday, so I bought you a photo shoot with Bruce Campbell at 1:20. So we better get in this bitch real quick, Retel.
No way.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. So you're gonna have a photo shoot with him in about an hour here, doggy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dog.
You didn't have to
Get
do
right,
that,
of
dog.
course. We can
I'm
zoom
such
in
a
your
bad
face.
friend. I've never done anything for you.
No, man. Well, that's not entirely true. You see, the main reason the Monday Night Fight series had a chance to return was Retel's push and generosity with his space. And if you follow his channel, you know how much he nerds over classic horror flicks. So meeting Bruce Campbell was the perfect way to say thank you. But when we got in, I did notice Retel got quieter than usual.
Nervous.
Something that has been kind of a tradition every convention is getting a commission of ourselves done in the artist alley. We always like to scope out an artist's style before making the big decision. Except Whitney. She's already signing her life away and making a purchase right away. That's just Whitney for you. The gaming booths are also always a pit stop, as sometimes you'll find better deals than the local retro game store. Although it's kind of crazy how expensive retro gaming has gotten since the birth of YouTube.
45.
Tell man, worth every penny, doc.
I don't think it is.
But it was finally time for the first photo op of the day, which was Retel with Bruce Campbell. We came for moral support and to film footage I was apparently not allowed to get, but hey, not like anybody was stopping me. Please don't ban me, Fan Expo.
It was over so quick. Finished so fast, dude. Crystal, can you?
Could you have his back here, Chriselle, or what?
It's like in and out.
It's not helping.
It was time to frame the photo, and I don't think Retel really liked how he ended up looking in the picture, but honestly, I don't know if you can ever make Retel look pleasant anyway, but jokes aside, I think it turned out great, including the signature point and everything. So we had some time to kill before our next photo op, and there's always some fun booths to check out. Here they're playing some sort of crazy chicken game which is made by game design students, but as we were going around, I still had one more surprise to reveal. You see, Whitney is a huge fan of The Office, and she spent the last week trying to convince herself not to see Brian and Oscar from the show. I've caught her rewatching this series multiple times, but this time, she'll be a little closer to the real thing.
No, I want to do like some of the mainer characters. And then I would pay money.
The mainer characters.
Well, too bad, Whitney. I bought you a photo shoot for them.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Gonna meet both of them.
No, you're lying.
So you say you don't want to meet them, so I guess I'm gonna take the photo shoot.
No.
Oh, you would love jail
Why would I love jail?
because you would love it.
No.
Are you joking? Oh no, I'm not ready.
So you're gonna you do the Office team up with Oscar and Brian, aka Kevin.
Okay, well, okay. I'm so excited.
was Criselda's time to shine. She was getting her hair and makeup ready for the other Brendan.
She's a little too excited about this one. Yeah,
She loves her Brendans, man.
He's the original Brendan.
He's the he's
there's only one original Brendan.
oh
And his name is Brendan Fraser.
oh. So we purposely positioned ourselves for Crisel to be able to crop the photo for personal use. I am so sorry, Crisel, but I need to take a little detour here because I need to tell you guys a story about Brendan Fraser and exactly what happened. If any of you guys have ever been to a Comic-Con or these fan conventions and have done a photo op, you know that all it is shake a person's hand, take the photo, next person. It's a 10-second process that happens just extremely quick. You don't really get to interact with a celebrity or whoever you're doing the photo op with. But that wasn't the case for us. We actually ended up taking about 10, I want to say 12 photos with Brendan Fraser because they were having an issue with the glare in my glasses. So we were holding up the line, the photographers were pissed at us, and during this whole time of like mini stress and everyone waiting for us, Brendan Fraser was just cracking jokes and he was trying to make us feel comfortable. He made sure we didn't feel guilty about the situation because it wasn't really our fault. Well, maybe it was my fault, but you know what I mean. He was just so genuine and sweet, and I only say this story because I know there are plenty of celebrities, and I've heard lots of tales of celebrities just being absolute, drama queens during these conventions, and it was just such a true showing of Brendan Fraser's character to be so nice to us in that situation. And another reason I bring this up is because I also understand that Brendan Fraser has kind of turned into a meme for our generation. If one of my favorite subreddits is called Save Brendan. If any of you guys have been in there, it's absolutely hilarious. It's nothing but Brendan Fraser memes and just jokes, but if you actually read the comments, you know that the people there genuinely care about him. And after that experience, that's something that I probably will never forget from this convention, was just how nice he was, and I am now forever on the Brendan Fraser fan club. But just a little detour, I thought it would be really interesting for you guys to hear that story. Let's get back and see what happened at Fan Expo 2020. It was time for framing 2.0 and the picture turned out great. I mean, we took about 10 photos, so there better have been one that was half decent. I think these expressions will tell you enough on how everyone's feeling. But it was time to jump back into line as Whitney was getting nervous to meet her office heroes. She couldn't even look at the camera here. Her excitement here was extremely special for me to see because I know it just meant so much to her to do that photo shoot. And I think Brian and Oscar felt that energy because they spent some time talking to her. I saw you talking to them.
I did, yeah. They're like, who do you like better? I'm like, well, you both are funny together. And then Oscar's like, oh, that's a cop-out answer. That's a cop-out answer.
We waited for the print, got it framed, which all equals to a happy girlfriend. And I think the photo turned out great. But with everyone satisfied with their photo op, it was finally time for me to treat myself as I wanted to meet someone who inspired me growing up. You see, when I first came to Canada in 1997, I was lucky enough to start watching HBO's Spawn, which was my introduction to the comic series. After that, I went back, started reading the comics, even playing every single video game to release. And speaking of Spawn games, that was Retel's weapon of choice when it came to getting something signed by Todd.
Look at the seal, it's still on there, dude.
What?
It's clean.
Out of all the Spawn things, you bring Spawn Armageddon by Namco.
It's a good game, dude.
That smile would quickly wipe off of Retel's face as he got in line with a bunch of smelly comic book nerds, but seriously, the guy in front of us had some of the worst BO I've ever smelled in my life. And Retel isn't as big of a Spawn fan as I am, so he was ready to throw in the towel, but he stuck around for his boy, and I appreciate that so much. You see, people were having these 10-minute heart-to-hearts with Todd, which made the line go way slower than it should have, but we were finally at the finish.
I only made that many of them.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be a hard push to find. So at some point, people are going to go, we're at the 420, there's only like I only get about 400. There's not many of them. Almost like doing calling it beautiful.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're a big part of my childhood.
Oh,
Thank you.
You see your sets? No, I don't expect you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Todd.
How do you feel, dude? Tell me.
2 hours and 15 minutes, Doc. I didn't even get eye contact. But I did get the signature.
You did get the signature. You did get the signature, dude.
On my
awesome.
fresh, clean copy of Spawn Armageddon.
On the Xbox.
Original Xbox.
Not the Xbox One.
No. The original Xbox.
You didn't get that. You know what it is, Retel? You didn't have a story to tell him.
We didn't have a heart-to-heart. That's really what I was expecting.
Though with many hurdles, the mission was accomplished. The signature is nice, but the main reason I go to these things is to meet the individuals who shaped my childhood. Just too bad Retel didn't have the same experience.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Todd.
Vancouver,
Oh, that's so funny.
Sure, Retel.
Sure. That's all I got. 2 hours and 50 minutes. Super nice guy, but he's been here all day signing shit. It's the end of the day.
That's true, it's true.
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
The convention was about to close for the day, but we still had to see how our commissions turned out. Here is Retel and Chriselle's, which looks great, and Whitney and mine, which I look like my dorky self as usual. But I'm always amazed of how great some of the local artists here are, especially since many of them sketch these in just such a short amount of time. Now, it's always a tradition to end off a convention night with a dinner, or a few drinks, or a combination of both, and it's funny how exhausted you get from really doing almost nothing the entire day. Well, that was my experience at Fan Expo 2020. What a trip, man. It happened in February of 2020, so it was a while ago now. It was the last big convention that we went to, and it's probably gonna be the last big convention we go to for another while with how things are going, but you know, just looking at that footage and, you know, shaking Todd McFarlane's hand and, you know, getting up close and personal with everyone during the photo ops, I really hope that the world goes back to normal, because, you know, there might be a chance that we never get that kind of physical interaction again. I'll stay hopeful because I'm a hugger, you know, I love to get physical and hug people. I'm just the way I am, that's the way I was raised. And it's just gonna be sad to not have that kind of interaction with people I love. But man, that was a trip. If you guys enjoyed this video in any way, please leave a comment, especially if you made it this far. I would love to hear what you thought, because this is typically so different than the content that I usually make. And if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. I have to say that as a YouTuber, it would really help my channel out. You're all the best. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.